What's up, my central unit? It's the Central Man here, so this is my review of last week's AEW Dynamite. Last week's edition was basically the Bash at the Beach edition. The first Bash at the Beach since WCW run their shows. The last one was way back in 2000. It'll be 20 years this summer. I'm going to give AEW some props. You know, like, they decorate the stage with beach equipment like surfboards, a beach ball, a massive beach ball. You had like this hot woman wearing a bikini sitting on a lifeguard tower. The announcers were wearing like Hawaiian t-shirts. Justin Roberts was wearing like a white t-shirt and white pants. Last week's show was in Miami, Florida. So the first match to kick off last week's Dynamite, we got a fatal 4-way tag team match. Winner face SCU for the AEW Tag Team Championships. We got the Young Bucks versus Santana and Ortiz, representing the Inner Circle. The Best Friends, that is Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta, and Hangman Page and Kenny Omega. The match was it to me. Like, nothing like special coming out of this match. Like a lot of tag team maneuvers. Like one moment of the match, you did that thing, like that spot. One like battle, they were going like teasing of a suplex, and they end up like one member kind of did a suplex outside the ring and clash into the other tag teams. There were like a multi-man suplex, including like you got Orange Cassidy, representing the Best Friends in the corner. Helped the Best Friends did a multiple man suplex. That was cool. In the end, Kenny Omega and Hangman Page won this match. I think it was on the Best Friends, or I think it was on Chuck Taylor. It was a bull rope shot and a V-trigger combo to win this match. And yeah, Hangman Page and Kenny Omega will face the SCU for the tag team titles. Okay, and then we got a promo by Cody Rhodes, talking about the stipulations of MGF. He goes through the stipulations like the steel cage match with Wardlow. He said Wardlow, whatever. He said like if he compete in a match with Wardlow, his 34-year-old body will be worn down, and it'll give MGF the advantage to beat him at Revolution. And he talks about accept getting his back lashed 10 times with MGF. You don't want to see, he talks about that, and also he kind of talks some shots of MGF. He brings up with MGF. He brings up like when he was a kid, he was in the Rosie O'Donnell show, and he mentioned about the legends dubbing MGF as a real old school heel. He said, "I like to press his thumb into MGF's brain," and also he set both the steel cage match with Wardlow and getting his back lashed 10 times by MGF. So, and they said at Revolution, "I'll give you your goddamn score," and that's it. And then we got another promo segment with Joey Janela. Brings up like he got low blow by his ex-girlfriend Penelope Ford. And he kind of digged his ex-girlfriend, said like the only reason you got over because you're making off my name. And he also talked about his match with Rey Fenix next week. Next week I'm gonna show you I'm a really bad boy. So anyway, moving on to the second match of last week's Dynamite. We got a women's tag team match. We got the Nightmare Collection. That is Brandy Rose and Mel. I thought it was Serena. Serena was part of CM Punk's old group, the Straight Edge Society, but it wasn't her. It was Mel, it's called, with Luther as their manager. I think in the original plans it was supposed to be Mel and Austin Kong. I'm guessing Kong was pulled in the last minute. Must be injuries, or I'm not too sure. They taken on Chris Stanlander and Ikara Shida. Luther trying to get into Shida's way, and then you had both Brandy and Mel attacking Shida. Not Shida, Stanlander. Shida smacked Lufa with the kendo stick, and recently, like, this is really strange. Like, Lufa did not got pissed off, did not interfere in this match, trying to help the Nightmare Collection. It's just that's one flag. Brandy, she cannot go in the ring. She was terrible in this match. Stumps. Just basically stumps. She did that spear. I don't like the Brandy spear. I see some matches of Brandy Rose, on the internet. She cannot perform a good spear. My worry that she's gonna get herself seriously injured one day. And in the end, you had to Chris Lander, was it Statlander, perform a Big Bang Theory onto Mel to score the victory. Mel can. She's an okay wrestler, but Brandy, nah. She's better off as a manager. Anyway, both Chris Stanlander and Ikara Shida got the win. Yeah, it was very disappointing. I think the crowd died. Yeah, it was. Yeah, this is their first defeat for the Nightmare Collection. Anyway, let's move on to the next segment. The next segment we got basically a ballroom meeting with the Dark Order, trying to recruit a new member of the Dark Order. They're trying to pick, is it going to be Michael Nakasawa? Was it QT Marshall? Was it Brandon Cutler? Or even Adam Hangman Page? But it wasn't. They didn't decide yet. And also you got who is this mysterious person? Who's this mysterious person behind the scene? We don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward who's going to be the boss of who's the president of the Dark Order. It's not Evil Uno. It's not Stu Grayson. Anyway, and then we got the third match. The third match we got Jon Moxley taking on Sammy Guevara, one half of really representing the Inner Circle. This match was decent, but that's not saying too much. It was okay for what it is, you had Moxley didn't really, didn't like his entrance. He was driving that blue sports car. He had no entrance music. This match was okay. It was decent. In the end, Guevara hit this reverse version of the GTS. It was kind of like a torture rack position. And he did a knee to the face. That was good. I thought he get the win. Unfortunately, Moxley kicked out. He was about to do a move on the top rope. Unfortunately, Moxley captured him and performed a sleeper hold onto Guevara. Guevara tapped out. And Moxley got the win. Afterwards, you had the Inner Circle. You had Jericho. You had Jake Hager, Ortiz, and Santana. Basically beating the crap out of Moxley. You had Hager kind of locked in with the Cobra Clutch. Then he gave Moxley the low blow. Jericho kind of whipping Moxley's back with the world title belt. And then he grabbed one piece of his spike on his jacket and kind of jabbed Moxley in the eye with it. And then that was sick. No blood, but that was cool. And then afterwards, you got this interviewer interviewing Jericho. He said, "This is not my fault. It's not the Inner Circle's fault. This is Moxley's fault for not joining the Inner Circle." So I'm not gonna go in full details of the promo. So that was it. Then we got the fourth match. The fourth match, we got another tag team match. We got Dustin? We got a 6-man tag team match. Sorry, we got Dustin Rhodes, QT Marshall, and the returning DDP versus MGF and the Butcher and the Blade. The match was nothing special. It was okay. DDP in his 60s, he can still go. He hit some diamond cutters. I think it was his first match in 2016. First match in an American wrestling promotion. I think it's since 2004 or I think it was 2002. I'm not really 100% sure. First time in TNT for nearly 20 years. Anyway, he hit some diamond cutters on both. I think it was both on the Butcher and the Blade. He did a move on the top rope. I think it's on NGF or I think it was the Butcher or the Blade. Onto the other tag team, other competitors. That spot he does. I think he did a suicide dive. I not really 100% remember. In the end, Ali was about to interfere, but instead, like, DDP kind of pushed Ali onto her backside. MGF like rolled up QT Marshall for the win, so it's good for the heels. Okay, and then I think we got the main event match. We got Pac, the Bastard, taking on Darby Allin. Yeah, this was a little bit physical. It was kind of like one-sided. Like with Pac, he kind of, if you watch a Pac match or Neville match, he throws his opponent into the barricade in all four corner of the outside of the ring. One moment of the match, you had basically Pac perform a power bomb. Actually, before that, you got the interview segment with SCU. You got this confrontation between SCU and Hangman Page and Kenny Omega. I'm guessing like Adam Page kind of throw his drink onto Christopher Daniels, try to create some tension. I'm guessing like there's theories that Hangman Page could go heel. I'm not 100% sure. Can't wait to find out. Anyway, let's get back to the main event match between Pac and Darby Allin. Yeah, and anyway, Pac performed this powerbomb onto Darby Allin onto the steel steps. That was good. Yeah, Darby Allin has some offense, but in the end, Hangman Page hit not Hangman Page. Pac hit the Black Arrow onto Darby Allin to score the victory, and then in the end, you had like Tony Schiavone trying to cut a promo, trying to do his interview segment with Pac, and Pac says, he mentioned about how, he said like I should be the #1 contender for the AEW World Title because Moxley's out with an eye injury. And then in the end, you had this ambulance. You had Moxley get out of the ambulance with he has this massive eye patch, and they said, "I will beat your ass." I think next week's or by time or this week's Dynamite was basically they dubbed it as Jericho's Cruise Edition. I'm not 100% sure, so that was the end of last week's Dynamite. Anyway, I think last week's Dynamite was. I think it was alright. It was decent, but not great or nothing special. I feel like the highlights of the match. The highlights of this last week's show was basically Jericho stabbed the spike onto Moxley's eye. That was like hardcore. Besides that, the matches were not like special. I can't really find which one's match of the night. I'm sorry. I think the matches were a little bit lackluster for me. So yeah, my rating for last week's AEW Dynamite, I'm not gonna give it a 6. I'm gonna give it a 6, man. I'm not gonna give it it's between 6 or 7, but I'm gonna give it just a 6 for me. It could be a lot better, maybe, because this was the first Bash at the Beach since 2000, since WCW was running it. So, like I said at the beginning of this review, I give AEW some props to decorate it, try to make some making it special. But I think like last week, I think NXT beat AEW in the reigns. I'm not 100% sure if AEW beat NXT last week in the reigns. Not too sure. So anyway, that was my last week's edition of AEW Dynamite. The Bash of the Beat edition of Dynamite. I will do the previous week review on it. I've seen it, but I need to review it. So you have to stay tuned for that. So I hope thanks for watching, guys. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube for more wrestling videos, live streams, movie reviews, and more. The next movie review will be this Sunday. Stay tuned for that. This is the Central Man officially signing out. Check you later.